Hello, welcome to Wanderlusting Warrior. Kate, Biscuit, and Cashew here. I'm not going to disturb Cashew right now. He's napping peacefully. Um, just a quick video today to go back to my kind of Camino 101 series that I started before. Just quick tip. So I was thinking about this question and I would have had no idea what to do before I took my first Camino. I just luckily went kind of crazy looking at gear lists and happened to have this particular item that I needed. But the question is, what do I do if my laundry does not dry on the Camino de Santiago? I rarely had this problem on my first Camino. It's one of the benefits actually of walking in the summer when you have very long days. It can stay light out till 10:30 in Spain. Sorry, my cat found his little bird toy. So that's what that noise is. And so depending on when you get to a place, usually you have plenty of hours of sunlight to actually allow your clothes to dry. But if it's raining, if you get in really late, sometimes the laundry areas are pretty full. What do you do if for some reason you wake up the next day and your clothes aren't dry? First of all, hopefully you have another change of clothes. You always want to make sure you have one wear, one spare. I always bring one wear, two spare. That's just my style. I've talked about that a ton on the channel. But that said, so I have two options. One of my options is put on what's damp, because the best, quickest way for that to dry is with your body heat. So I would typically do that with women's bras don't dry particularly quickly sometimes. I would not do that with socks. I would never do that with socks. I don't want any moisture, to add any moisture to the feet, but I would do that, with bras, sometimes with shorts, sometimes with t-shirts. So especially if it's going to be a really warm day, that's one option. But the other option, if you are not keen on putting on wet clothes, or if they're really, really wet, not just damp, is you will see what's called I don't know if there's a name for it, but basically the Camino laundry pack line. You'll see people walking with a bunch of clothes safety pinned onto their backpack. So that's what's great when you're choosing a pack, is finding one that has lots of little, I think they're called lash points, like the little loops that you can hook stuff onto, or in this case, take a safety pin and put it through your clothing item and then through the loop, so you don't actually have to put a pin through your pack and create a hole. I sometimes, it was embarrassing. I would pull up to, a cafe or something and swing sometimes the hiking bras and things like that are not the most attractive. You swing your pack around and all your clothes go flying and hit somebody else in the face. But tell you what, when you're out there walking, it can get a little bit dusty, but usually by noon, everything would be dry with the sun beating down on it. So that's what you do if your clothes don't dry. You pull out your safety pins that you hopefully have and you pin them to your pack. Try to figure out, whichever way you're walking, where the sun will be beating most, and then maybe rotate them when you come to a stop. And then when they're dry, you can just put them back in your pack. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions that you feel like are too silly, that you would feel silly asking, or you're like, oh, that's a dumb question, I would be happy to answer any questions you have. It's a good source of inspiration for me. So drop your questions in the comment below and I will try to make a video about it. Thanks, guys, for joining. I'll see you next time. And of course, buen camino.